What
do you have headphones on for?
How many what?
Headphones. Can you hear? No, I'm asking, can you hear, or is it?
I hear you, but it's faint. But it's
noise canceling.
Yeah, it's noise canceling.
Let's piece these broken pieces together.
We are live. This is episode 5, Phumblepodcast. Right, we got my awesome cousin here from Maryland. She's all the way here. She flew here, and she's staying with us, and she's allergic to cats, and we have 3 of them. She's basically been crying ever since she's been here. I thought it was because she missed me, but no, that's not it.
Yeah.
It's Naz, everyone. What's up, Naz?
Hi.
You want me to call you by full name, or Naz is fine?
Whatever works.
Naseem?
I haven't heard you call me Naseem since I was a kid.
So weird. I don't want to call you that.
I'll go with Naz. Naz.
Other than the annoying cats that are ruining your eyes, how's your time here?
It's nice. It's good to see all my family.
You like how our speed has 17 miles per hour?
That is the most unnecessary thing I've ever seen.
I actually never noticed that until you mentioned it.
Sorry, I tried to airplane mode it, but it didn't
That's
work.
okay. This is a boring podcast. Most of my guests get on their phones too. But yeah, 17 miles per hour. I don't even know how they came up with that.
Yeah, it's like around the circle. I don't know. 18 was too lethal, I guess.
You either say 20 or you say 15.
Yeah.
Why is it so random? Have you seen those speed limits? Or no, it's like no littering on the freeway or
Where
whatever.
they say like $1,000 fine.
But it's not 1,000. It's like a specific number. It's like $1,000 and like it's like
Really?
Yeah, it's like $1,000 and $1,004 or something like that. It's like
No,
how
I
did you
haven't seen
come up
that.
with the 4?
That's like the sign. Where is it they have a sign for Ocean City in California?
Yeah, it's
I don't know where it is.
yeah. Wait, have you seen that yet?
Yeah.
You saw it here?
Yeah, I saw the Ocean City one too.
Yeah.
It's cute.
That was one of the first things I saw when I moved here. From
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it? Here?
It's on Highway 80. Wait, you said you did see it.
Yeah. But I don't remember where exactly.
Your eyes were probably still
From the cats.
filled with tears.
Yeah, it's bad. It's like every house we go to too has one. The only house that doesn't have one is under construction.
Yeah, my parents' house. I know. Yeah, my parents' house is under construction. Yeah, they don't have any pets. Yeah, Pega has a cat. We have cats. We have 3. And then Negar's house doesn't have a cat either. They don't have any pets either. So yeah, so you are here visiting. Love to have you here. So we're just going to chat about different things, including this puzzle that was your idea. You're almost done with it.
Yeah, it was only 500 pieces.
Whose idea was it to put these in groups?
Me. They're all cut the same. It's so annoying.
Wait, it's your idea? I thought Payam told you to do that.
Well, it's funny. I actually put it on my story, and then I got so fed up with them that I put them in piles, and then I went back on Instagram, and Pam was like, "Oh, just put them in piles."
Yeah.
It's like, ah.
Payam is her cousin and one of my best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Miss you, boy. He hasn't been here in so long.
Yeah, he came not too long ago, no?
Yeah. It feels like a long time.
It always feels like a long time.
You know something funny? When he met me and Shada in the Dublin area, like Bay Area, and I picked him up with Shada's car, and then I backed up into a money truck.
A money truck?
You seen those money trucks?
Oh, like the armored cars?
The armored cars.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, how dumb can I be? Like, it's literally like as soon as you look at the rear view mirror, you see it. I just literally knocked into it.
It's got nerves like that.
I know. Kyle makes me nervous. I'm sure it was pissed, of course. Anyway, now I get that car, and she gets a nice one.
There you go.
So, how are you liking it in the West Coast?
I like it.
You've come here before with your parents,
Yeah.
and your sister.
It's
but
the first time alone.
It's the first time you're here with seeing your family on your own.
Yeah, that's true. I did come and avoid you guys before.
You're not allowed to be an adult yet.
That's okay. I can backtrack.
What about what have you liked so far? And tomorrow we're going hiking. That was your idea too.
That was my
You
idea.
realize no one's family hikes.
They're like, oh, they're like making a whole plan. And I was like, I just wanted to go on a walk.
You're like, can we go hiking? And then I just want to do boxing. We haven't done any of those yet. Boxing hasn't happened, and then hiking is going to happen, but you'll probably be disappointed.
That's okay. I box enough back home. I don't need to do it here too. I just kind of wanted to go and be nosy.
No, that's fine. Hiking,
See what they have
I don't
to
mind hiking from time to time.
Hiking's fun.
There are better trails, though, in the Bay Area. Like, if we drive out, like, maybe a couple hours,
Hmm.
there's a lot of hills there.
Oh, so we're going to drive out a couple hours?
You realize I got and then, like, don't want to go that far.
Yeah.
But, no, that's fine. We're going, though, like, I think an hour away. So, it's a nice area. And they have nice seafood there.
Mm,
You like seafood?
no.
So you're gonna love this.
I don't
No, I don't
mind
care
it.
for seafood either. I just like.
I don't like fish. I don't like
Really?
fishy tastes.
But you like shrimp?
Yeah, I like shrimp.
I'm the opposite.
You like fish?
I like salmon or
Mm.
tilapia, but I don't care for shrimp.
Those are only two I feel like they're okay. I don't like any, like, whatever other fishes there are.
You like calamari and stuff?
Yeah,
You do.
I do. Calamari's good.
What's the one? Is that eel?
No, it's octopus.
Oh, calamari's octopus
Or squid.
or
I don't know, actually. I think
thought
it's
it was.
octopus.
So which one is eel then?
Eel.
There's like a name for it that's like not eel. I thought. Anyway,
It's not
that's how much I
calamari.
know my seafood. If Pam was here right now, he would educate us because he loves his seafood.
He just knows everything about everything. It doesn't even matter if he likes it or not.
That's true. He's like a one-man encyclopedia.
Literally. But yeah.
So, any differences you've noticed from Maryland area, UMBC area,
Mm,
to Sacramento, California?
there's sunlight here.
Okay, you guys aren't like in a cave.
Not always, but I feel like the weather's so unstable there. As soon as you get a tiny bit of sun, then it's gone.
Yeah. Well, I get that, especially during this time.
Yeah. Here, yeah.
How cold was it there? When you,
It was about the same temperature, actually.
but did you guys get snow there recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got like 3 days of snow, like heavy snow.
I remember in '96. You weren't born yet. We had such a bad snowstorm in Maryland that we got stuck at my aunt's house for like a day and a half. We couldn't leave.
What aunt?
Like our car was like wouldn't move.
I know, I said what aunt?
Oh, my mom's sister,
Hmm.
the old one, not her.
Mm.
We were over there, and then Valram came with his then girlfriend,
Hmm.
and they walked in the snow from his house all the way to, and that wasn't like they lived a good distance even with car away, but he like decided to walk because he's like Rambo in real life.
Yeah.
He's always like trying to like outdo his. So, I love him though, man. Like we'd always go exercise. He's like the only uncle I had that like cared about the like workout stuff that I cared about.
Yeah,
Your dad does too, but to a degree. He's all into football and stuff.
that's it.
He's so obsessed with football.
Yeah.
He's good. He knows the game though. So
Yeah, he does. He was like arguing with
who's the
what's his name? El Noz's boyfriend's son about
Oh my god!
I
I
know.
haven't even met that guy. Like his son.
He was like, football is so much better to watch than soccer.
Oh, he always makes that
like,
argument.
oh, okay.
And then he plays soccer himself.
Yeah. He's so annoying.
He just wants to
and
debate.
there's sheer every Sunday morning.
Yeah, okay, that's a funny story, the Shirma's story. Okay, Shirma's is basically a milkshake but
A banana milkshake.
banana milkshake.
Churros literally translate to milk banana.
Milk banana, yeah.
And that's what it is.
It is. It's just milk and banana and ice, I guess. Yeah, I used when I was living with you guys. I'd go. So to give some background, I lived with you and your family when you were still living in that house in Maryland, Woodbine. I was it was 2011, 2012, and your dad would always go play soccer every Wednesday and Sunday. Oh yeah,
That was impressive.
yeah.
That was a very impressive jump.
Yeah, they love jumping on our furniture and then proceed to scratch it. And then I just start to lose hair.
Oh, that one was a good jump.
Yeah, he doesn't scratch as much. The other one does, though. Anyway, yeah, so like we'd go play, your dad would always go play soccer on Sunday mornings. And then, so I would go with him like occasionally. And then, so I go, this one time I woke up and I went with him and he's like, oh, we have to get our banana milkshake. And we didn't have any milk or banana. But we still had a shake, and I had no idea what was in it. All I saw him put in there was those sweet lemons. He put the yeah, he put that in there. I'll be honest, it actually wasn't that bad. I thought it was good, but I don't know where he got milk from. There was no milk in the fridge.
He literally makes two things. One of them is churros, and the other one is abtalabi, which is
So what is that, cantaloupe?
cantaloupe. Is the orange one?
I think so. Or is it honeydew?
No, honeydew's green. So yeah, it's cantaloupe.
Yeah, I don't know my Persian foods.
They're not even Persian.
Or whatever, the translation.
Melons. Yeah.
So cantaloupe, and then they mix that with, it's like ice, cantaloupe, and
That's it.
that's it, right? That's actually good, though.
I don't like it.
You don't like that?
It's just, there's like a handful of things that the only things he makes and enjoys that he just force feeds you. One is coconuts that he uses like a hammer and a screwdriver to open.
It's pretty safe. All of our uncles use hammers for whatever they need.
For household
Yeah, anything.
chores. It's cucumbers, beets. I can't eat labu anymore either.
I don't like beets at all.
I don't like beets.
You know what's the worst is when they put it on the bottom of the rice.
Ah,
Like you get so excited for the
taddy?
taddy. Yeah.
no, I don't like
So
that.
there's a thing we eat in Persian culture. It's like, it's the crispy part of rice. It's like the most popular part of rice. Like all the kids, the cousins will always like fight for that. Except when they use beets.
I've never seen them use beets
Yeah,
before.
it's like super like floppy.
Soggy.
They're like, oh, we put the beets on this one. It's
That's
very,
gross.
and I'm like, great, I'm going to McDonald's.
That reminds me of us of the Vegas trip.
Oh my
McDonald's
God.
run.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
talk about that. Okay, so anyway, to wrap up the of like me living with you guys in 2012 and having milkshakes with no banana or milk, and then going to play soccer and like everybody's over 60 and like super.
And all of them are fob too.
And then they always argue like the most silly calls. Anyway, it's just very like macho and and then I just go play and like I don't even care. And then I'd score a goal and they're like, wow, Pej, okay, Pejman, you're getting good. I'm like, I really don't play soccer. Anyway.
You take it so serious.
Yeah, they take it so
Your
seriously.
Sunday league.
I feel like every community has that though. Like,
I think so.
like a group of like Middle Easterners just getting together. And then they always try to like outdo the other. Like if there's like multiple cultures there. Which is beautiful if you look at it because it's like, it's kind of like unifying. But then when our uncles, they're like, they find a reason to argue about it. Because they want to prove that Persians are better at soccer than like the Indians or the Pakistanis or the Afghans or some like or the Nigerians. Because I've seen them come to the soccer.
Yeah.
They play. Anyway, so that was our stint from 2012 to 2013, and then I got out of there. That was a rough year and a half.
That was, yeah. Is that, it felt like so much longer than that.
I mean, it was a rough year and a half because you went through some shit there. We don't have to get into it, but
2012.
yeah. I just recall, like,
Oh, yeah.
there was some dark times, right?
There was.
And I was like, ever since that I started, like, learning about all that, like, when you started telling me about like some of the sad stories coming out of there. I was like, dude, you need to move to Cali. And then I moved back, and then and then you were like, yeah, that'd be so good. And then you never moved in.
And then I went to college.
You went to college, yep. Maryland.
Yep.
Where?
In Baltimore.
Baltimore, yep. And you studied?
I studied biology and German.
This girl learned German. She's probably like one of the few Persians who's fluent in German. And
So
she's
random.
never lived in Germany.
For no reason at all. At all.
What were your other options for language?
Spanish, French, Chinese. All more useful languages.
Well, no, German is useful, but it's just...
Everyone in Germany speaks English, though.
That's so true, huh? But it's cool to say that you can speak it fluently.
Yeah.
I mean, going there and like you can be our tour guide. You can literally get us anywhere. I don't know how to speak a lick of German. I just know 9.
I feel like everybody knows a little bit German. There's so many cognates.
I think we all know like one word in many languages.
You just know what you see from Inglourious Basterds.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good movie.
So now you were saying about the weather, Sacramento versus the sunlight here.
Mm-hmm. It's nice.
You haven't even been to the like nicer parts of Cali yet. I mean, you have, but not this trip.
Not this trip, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general.
But yeah, I mean, with COVID and all, how was the flight with COVID? Was that your first flight during COVID?
Well, this time last year I was in Miami coming back.
Oh, and then it hit.
Everything shut down when I was in Miami.
Oh my God! And Miami got hit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally everything closed.
So when you were in Miami, it closed.
Yeah, we had like 3 days of normal.
Yeah.
And then everything closed, and we were just in our hotel the whole time.
So wait, were you guys forced to stay in Miami or what happened?
No, we could come back, thankfully.
Yeah.
But we were so scared about getting on a plane with everyone because the hype was fresh and everyone like didn't really understand how it was being transmitted and stuff.
It was like a movie.
Yeah, it literally was.
Like that movie Outbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like.
It felt.
And we came home, we had Clorox wipes in our baggies and like double mask stuff, like so ready. And we like Windex not Windex, but the Clorox wiped our entire seat down. And then some guy walked past and he's like, I don't think you can get COVID through your ass. And I was like, okay, well.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people who didn't take it seriously in the beginning. Some people still don't take it seriously. But anyway, just take some research, I guess, to see that it's like the Spanish flu, right? The Spanish flu was worse.
Mm-hmm.
But this feels like hell. But like, I mean, especially when it was like at its peak.
Yeah. I mean, we're fighting it more so.
Better.
Yeah.
But like, it was bad, and like, not just in the States, but all over the world, But apparently, Spanish flu, like, a lot more lives were lost. I mean, this isn't over yet, technically, but
yeah, but we're also just
hopefully it doesn't reach Spanish flu numbers. But praying for everyone who was affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
I know a few, and we both know a few people who got hit, and they got hit hard. Like they were actually like, really affected by it. But yeah, so you got here traveling from. I had to book your flight.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you had a flight, and then that got canceled, and it wasn't even COVID related.
No.
I was 100% sure it was COVID related.
Nope, snowstorm in Denver.
Denver, yeah.
Where my connecting was.
There's a bad snowstorm in Denver right now. Well, it's probably over now, but it was bad enough that they canceled both of your flights.
Yeah, I got very
canceled that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got very lucky that you had the time to rebook that for me. I was working 13 hours that day between my 2 jobs.
You're such an athletic.
So much. It's in my blood. I can't rest.
I know. We work till we drop.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were working super hard, and then you had no time to rebook.
No.
I was like, I got you, girl. And then I got on the phone. I was on hold with United for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And I was so glad that I stayed on hold because that was the only way I could get a flight.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I was
everything
trying
else
to do
was
it
like.
online, and
I tried to look online and I couldn't find it. Like, have anything
because they were
reasonable.
all like, there are no flights available.
Or it was like Yeah, just go to California from Maryland for 11 hours.
Yeah. So you were trying to get in here Saturday, right? And then Sunday. And then they were telling me online the next flight available from Baltimore was like Tuesday.
Mm-mm.
I was like, considering that your return flight wasn't changed, I was like, no, she's not gonna like lose 2 days for nothing. So I finally got connected. Anyway, I like haggled with them. She was trying to tell me the same thing. I was like, no, find me a flight. There are other airports around here. We're gonna get her here tomorrow. And then she's like, oh, if she goes through Chicago, like Chicago was okay to go through, which is always snowing.
Yeah.
So Chicago was your savior. So you went to Chicago, and then you went to SF, and then Shada and Negar, and then came.
I literally went to Chicago for almost every single flight, and I've never actually gone out.
Yeah.
In Chicago, actually.
I know.
I'm at the Baha'i conference, but that's about it.
Chicago's my favorite city. Did you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
There's many reasons. There's more shallow reasons, like Chicago Bulls, but then there's like...
Right.
That was my first basketball team I liked since Iran, even. Because that's when Jordan was...
Oh, yeah, you saw the hat.
I had the hat, yeah. And then I went to the Chicago conference, and then instead of going to the sessions, I took the train and I went to the United Center to take pictures in front of Michael Jordan's statue. I was such a loser. I was by myself, and I was trying to block him, because his statue is he's doing that his infamous dunk. I'm trying to block him. Anyway, we were talking about Chicago.
I want to go there again. I also want to go to Atlanta.
You like Atlanta, you said?
I said I want to go to Atlanta.
You haven't been, huh?
No.
Yeah. I haven't. I've been to Atlanta again just through the airport. Mm-hmm. I've learned about because I've taken so many flights across country, and I've taken so many different airlines. I'm learning where all their headquarters are. Delta is in Atlanta. American is Dallas, and then I think Southwest and United are Denver. I'm not sure. Anyway. So, anything stick out to you over here that's whoa, that's different. It's not like that enough.
You guys are so much better about vaccines.
Oh, yeah.
You're just oh, we're all vaccinated. And Maryland is healthcare workers are still fighting over vaccines.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Do you know anyone there that's vaccinated?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, are people there it's how are they about it? They don't care?
I wouldn't say they don't care. A lot of people there, I feel people are hesitant, oh, I wonder how I'm gonna feel. Let me get it and see. Everyone over there is kind of oh, I don't know how I'm gonna feel, so I'm not gonna get it.
Is there a lot of conspiracy theorists over there?
There's just a lot of
people that you think.
I feel I don't think necessarily conspiracy theory. I think it's a lot of just people aren't sure about it.
Yeah.
But
but people are I don't know if people are sure here either, but I just look
you just know it's for the good of people and you do it.
I got it. I got the vaccine because I just knew it said it's 90% effective or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was all right, that's good enough for me. That 10% though, I don't know what that means, right? So
yeah. But I feel people there are more scared. I don't think they're thinking oh, this, if effective, will, be effective. I feel they're oh, in case of the 1% chance of having anaphylactic shock, I'm not going to get it.
Oh, so they read that probably
Probably so they read, oh, someone got the vaccine and fainted, and then they're don't get it.
Yeah, but someone got COVID and died.
Correct. They don't care.
Yeah,
they're too scared. It makes no sense.
I don't know, yeah.
And the thing that's most annoying is you could literally have the same reaction to a flu vaccine.
Yeah. A lot of people don't want the flu vaccine.
Okay, I don't think we can start on anti-vaxxer people.
True,
yeah.
Right? I know people here that don't want the flu vaccine, but I see I see why they think that way.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. For me, some years I'll be honest. Some years I haven't gotten the flu vaccine.
Well, that's fine as long as you're not oh, no vaccines.
Yeah, I'm not religious about. I'm not religious about anything. I'm always open to being wrong, and I think that's okay. Like, it's okay to live
Right.
knowing that you don't know. Like, but you just go with the percentages. I always go with, like, what's the statistics on it, right?
Right.
And I never get cute, and I'm like, no, that's what they want you to think. I don't do that.
That's the most annoying
I
thing.
know a lot of people like just want to like
Be woke.
Yeah, make it like, oh no, man, no, the government doesn't want you to, right?
That's a lot.
A lot of people do that.
A lot of people think
don't.
like that, yeah.
Family members.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going around.
It's just it gets pretty intense when that's like when everything can be like
I feel
the
like
alternate.
life is so unsettling that way.
Right? You just never. I feel like
There's
you
no
can never just be
peace.
chill. You
Yeah.
can never like enjoy life because you're always like, no, man, this is a sign of this or
It's in our food. Like,
no, it's true.
God, when
But more
COVID
people you're
first,
saying are about it here with the vaccine.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone. Well, I mean, obviously, other than like healthcare workers and stuff, I feel like no one understands like general like herd immunity. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna get it because I'm not gonna be exposed to it. Like, that's first of all, you don't know. Second of all, it's not how that works. Wow, this is literally gonna kill me.
Oh my god,
This is coming for me.
we have a lot of that in this house, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's silly though, right? Like, where people get their information to, it matters.
Telegram group chats,
Huh? Group chats.
WhatsApps and group chats.
No, yeah. Well, that's like, but what I mean, like when people are doing their research
Mm-hmm.
and like, our cat is out there trying to come in. That cat is so funny. You can let him in.
He's so cute.
Yeah, he used to be strictly an indoor cat, and then he basically started peeing everywhere because he doesn't like sharing the litter with the other cats because he's bougie like that. So
Now he goes
then we
out.
forced him to go outside, and now he like as
Can't
soon
make
as we
up his
come home,
mind.
he's like, let me go outside. I think he's got a girlfriend now, like the street girl.
That's cute.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. People where they get their info from, like I think that's like half the issue right now
Yeah.
with the country and I guess the world. But our experience is mostly here in the States because the states alone are so polarizing, right?
Yeah.
And it's cool to like have you here from Maryland because you can give that perspective, like such a small state, and then like comparing that to California, like with the vaccine alone, like we can go on for hours just about that. But like with all these issues going on, right? Like this whole last year and a half, everything from like the stuff with police brutality that took storm, and now you going to school over there and seeing your classmates and having many friends in school there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see yourself like what's the vibe like when things happen, like George Floyd when
Mhm.
that happened? Like, what was the climate around where you were?
It's definitely very torn because we also we have our big cities.
Yeah.
In Maryland, we have like Baltimore City and then Columbia.
Yeah.
So you have like lower income areas that were speaking up, and then
In
you
what
also
way?
have like protesting and trying to like spread awareness and all that kind of stuff. Then you also have the low income Western Howard County folk and like the country people who are like just, I don't know why it's so hard to acknowledge, you know, like that just as a simple sentence, like Black Lives Matter. They're so against that. And then you have like the higher income ones equally that are like, yeah, we should try to help. And then you also have the higher income people. It's just so different.
So you had a little bit of
Everything both ways.
Everything in this from similar classes.
Yeah, it's so torn.
And that's I think that's like that part is the saddest because you have an opportunity to empathize with the people that are going through the same shit you're going through.
And we're so close to the Capitol too.
Yeah.
Like we're so close to DC that you have people that are, making that long trip out there to support Black Lives Matter. Then you also have people that are literally traveling across the state to go for the Trump rally. Like, it's so crazy. People from my high school actually were found breaking into the Capitol building and got arrested from my high school. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, the insurrection stuff.
What? Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's currently undergoing investigation for it because he broke in. Yeah.
That's man.
Yeah, he's playing on the football team.
Man.
So that was fun.
That just shows you though, like from afar, like watching that from here, I was like, what's going on? Like I was just watching that. I'm
Same
like, what
thing.
the hell is happening? Like it's almost like I started like. I don't know if you had this, but did you have this worry that was going to happen? Like I had a worry, the way the former president was just encouraging.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, something crazy is about to happen here. Especially with him saying if they're not gonna, if they're gonna throw out all of our challenges and all,
right,
challenging the vote counts and all this.
But apparently that's not inciting a riot, right? According to his impeachment, but whatever.
But yeah, but it's just crazy to me that I was watching that from 3,000 miles away.
What's funny is that I remember when the looting and all that was happening.
Yeah.
Super Trump people were like, if it was our side, that would never happen. And then a couple months later, here we are.
It's.
I'm glad we're past that phase, though.
There's a lot of double standards, and by no means, I don't think you even. I don't think that if people who voted for Trump, I'm not saying that they were all either on that side of the insurrection.
Agreed.
There are a lot of people who voted for Trump who were disgusted at what happened.
Yeah, agreed.
So that percentage of people that I guess I don't know how many thousands they were.
Just as a background though, the place where my parents live is very racist, and so when I refer to people, I'm talking about the worst of the worst. My high school was vandalized with anti-Semitic and racist stuff. They all four got arrested too. I tutored the kids. So that area specifically is one they're just a very small population of where my parents live that are like that, but those are the ones I'm referencing because they're always so vocal about it too.
Yeah, well, they don't. That's crazy, right? Because over here you don't see that much.
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted to talk about that because the experience is important. Knowing what you see there, and what's unfortunately considered almost normal behavior.
Yeah.
Versus here, and these are the divides that need to be bridged because 90%, a big percentage of why we have these issues is lack of understanding.
Right.
We're not understanding each other, right? It's easy to just say, "Oh, you racist piece of shit." That's easy to say that, right?
Yeah.
But you gotta understand where is this person's frame of reference? Where is this person getting his information or her information?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier, but there's a very clear divide between people who are uneducated and then people who have the complete opposite, experienced and read and all that kind of stuff, who still end up at the same conclusion.
Yeah, so education
wide.
alone isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, education alone is not enough. There's got to be, and my thing for this, and I talked about this in a previous episode, empathy.
Right.
I feel like empathy is lacking big time.
Yeah.
And both sides, both the views are at fault to me because regardless of what side you're on, you have to be open enough to listen to that side and understand at least where they're coming from. We're not asking. I'm not saying you need to agree. You just need to understand. Okay, well, this guy went through A, B, C, D, and E, and that shaped his views. Right now, whether that's warranted or not, that's a different discussion.
Right.
But at least understand that, and then say, okay, well, this other person who's thinking the other way went through this opposite experience.
Yeah, no one's life experiences should be minimized at that.
Exactly. And then on top of that though, the main point I think is the experiences that shape your views.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't be the only factor to shape your views. And that's hard to do, right? It's hard
to balance everything in life is a balance.
Yeah, life is about, but like always thinking, okay, well, listen, my like instinctual reaction can be this or that, right? But thinking about like, wait a minute, let me think beyond that. That's just my experience, but there's how many people in this country, right? There's so many people in this country, each having their own experience, right? So just being like, okay, well, let me be a little more humble and at least just listen to see like why is this person thinking that way? Instead of me saying like, fuck that guy, let me say, why are you thinking that way, right? I don't want to just say judge your opinions, because that's what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but I feel like that's what's happening. We judge people's, just they say I voted for Trump, oh, you suck,
Mm-hmm.
or even Biden supporters, right? People on the other side are like, oh, Biden is crap. You guys are, like, it's easy to do that, right?
Right.
That's the thing. It's easy to judge. It's easy to jump the gun and just be insulting to the other side. But anyway, that extreme example of this was the people that eventually stormed the Capitol.
Right.
But that is not, I don't believe at least, that makes up the entire country's.
I don't think so either.
I mean, that was such a small percentage.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't even hit 80,000, 90,000 people. Probably way less than that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But we got how many millions of people in this country, right? 360 million. So everyone that didn't show up to that, it completely outnumbers and outweighs that small, sad, event that was just, unfortunate. It didn't need to happen. It could have easily been avoided. The president had to be more responsible. But I think one thing it did do, though, is it helped, no matter where you live, it made everyone watch and learn. Like, we all learned, anybody who wants to be just a good human being was like, okay, it doesn't matter what side I'm on, it should never get to that, because that's not democracy anymore, right? That's borderline, dictatorship.
I wonder how everything we've experienced this past year and the past couple of years is going to go down in history. How they're going to write about it in textbooks.
Well, I mean, I remember 9/11, and when it happened, I was in class, and I saw that. And I never thought, and my teachers would tell me, what you guys are watching will be talked about,
Mm-hmm.
In all the history books for this country. And at that time, I didn't understand how much that meant, right? Because back then, the Kennedy assassination or MLK assassination was history.
Right.
That's what I thought as history. And then I walk into class literally, and the second plane hit the Twin Towers, and I'm like, as a kid, you're just you're trying to look at your friends, you're like, what's going on? And then they send you home, and then my dad was working across the Pentagon.
He was?
Yeah, he saw the plane.
I didn't know that.
He saw the plane, dude. He comes home that day. But anyway, not to get off track, but the point is that history, you can miss it if you don't pay attention. So, unfortunately, these are examples of dark moments in history. Of course, I'd like us to focus on the more positive stuff too, right? But we're just going through it right now in America. And, it seems that in Maryland, you're saying that it's kind of polarizing in the state. There's both sides.
Definitely. I mean, I feel like that's everywhere in the country right now, but...
It is. But some states, I feel, they weigh heavily on one side or the other.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think Maryland is more even, or is it?
I think Maryland's torn right down the middle.
Right down the middle, yeah. And you're in college now, over there. Well, you finished your major,
Yeah.
as you mentioned earlier.
Excited.
And then
I'm a COVID grad.
COVID grad, that's right. See, that's something I can't say.
It's okay, you don't need to say
I
that.
graduated in boring 2012. But-
Boring, too. That's when the world was supposed to end. It's not
Oh
boring.
yeah, 2012. They made a movie about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Mayan, like end of the Mayan calendar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter was just like, hey, Mayans, if you meant 2020, said 2012, just say that.
That's fun. Yeah, anytime there's some catastrophic things happen. Well, you're going to grad school.
Yeah, so I just finished undergrad, and then I'm starting a master's program at University of Maryland, and I'm so excited.
Your favorite school to go to.
Yeah.
You wanted to get to that? And
I
before
did.
you came here, you messaged me saying, I got into that school I wanted to.
Yeah, I was stuck between two choices, and I was mentally choosing between one school I got into and one I haven't heard back yet from. So it's a good thing it worked out in my favor.
I mean, the timing was perfect because you
Yeah,
didn't have
it
to
was.
worry about it being here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So that's good. Congrats. Number 2 in that field.
Yeah, it's
You want
exciting.
to tell us what it was?
Yeah, so I'm going to be going into a nursing program
Yeah.
for people who have degrees in other fields. So there's like a lot of people coming from like working in their field for however long. It's
Yeah.
so not people straight out of school like
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun. I'm going to be working with like English majors, some people that do like probably anything really. As long as you have a degree in some field you can work, which I think is a good program because you have so many different like backgrounds coming in.
That's true. It gets more diverse. You learn about different views too.
Yeah, because like regular bachelors for when you go in, everybody studies the same classes.
Yeah.
They have the same academic background. A lot of them have the same like activities that they did. So it's cool to be a part of something more diverse.
That's exciting. And that's rare too. It's the same school, right?
Same school, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the master's, the MSN, Masters of Science in Nursing, and the BSNs, the
Wow.
bachelor's. So
Yeah, but I'm saying, you got your bachelor's there, and now you're gonna get your
no, I went to UMBC,
UMBC, and
Baltimore
this is,
County. This is just University of Maryland.
Oh,
It's
see,
located in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
There's a lot of colleges around there though. So
There's not. Well, I was gonna go to Maryland before I moved into 03, and then I just went to UC Davis instead. But I'm proud of it, UC Davis, Aggies. But dude, that's so cool. Like, there's a lot of in our family that we have like a lot of medical people.
me too.
Like, Sufia is one.
I shadowed one of
yeah.
them, which helped me make my choice of what I wanted to
That's
do.
true. That's true. But then we have the entrepreneurs like myself and Erfan and then Megan, your sister.
Yeah.
And that's cool too, right? Like I
Mhm.
feel like both sides require a lot of work,
Yeah, definitely.
a lot of hard work, and then also smart work to build the businesses. We've all learned it takes a lot of learning from mistakes and
Hmm.
trials and tribulations, but I'm really proud of you. I can't believe you're going to be in a graduate program and you were not even born at Pega's wedding.
Yeah.
That's like in short 23 years.
Yeah, it was. It's crazy.
So how does that, like nursing and all that, how did you make that decision finally? Because you were kind of figuring out medical school.
Yeah, I wanted to do medical school for a while. I wanted to do medical school up until my junior year in college.
Yeah.
And then, I don't remember. Oh, you know what it was? It was Organic Chem 2, where I was just like, I don't like this. Because in general, I enjoy learning. Like, I love going to school.
Yeah.
I like reading for fun. I just like learning stuff.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where all my, like, prerequisite classes for medical school, where I was just not enjoying anything. And when I wasn't enjoying them, I didn't learn anymore.
Yeah.
So I just decided to change. I took an anatomy class and I started looking at careers that were still in the medical field because I've always liked healthcare and, the cliche, I always want to help people story. But so I started looking into it and I found the nursing anesthesia one, which Pam and Puya spoke really highly of. And I decided,
And that's what you're going to do.
yeah, hopefully. We'll see if I
You will.
Yeah, I have a big gap in between
Yeah.
school to work, so that'll be fun.
That's all right.
5 years. It's
Is
a
that how long it's gonna
long
take?
time. Yeah, that's like the minimum time requirement you have to work before reapplying to the anesthesia program.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a long time. 5 years when you go to
How
school.
long is the program?
3 years when you go back in.
Wow.
Well, mine's 2 years, and I have to work for 5, and then go back in for 3.
So all in all, it's what, 9, 10 years?
Yeah, more.
That's almost like becoming a doctor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I don't mind it though. I
but
don't mind
exactly
being in
right.
classes.
If you've done your soul searching on that and you figured out that's where you want to be,
Yeah.
you're gonna do it and it's gonna be fine. And you have great examples and role models on that side to push you through it. Man, I remember Payam and Puya, man. I like straight out of high school, they went right. They got into their universities, and then I basically never saw them because they were
Yeah.
always studying for 12 years, and then boom, right into like residency. Well, residency was like the latter
Included,
part.
yeah.
And now they're all doctors and anesthesiologists, and they're doing a great job.
Yeah,
I gotta have them on here, man.
yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah.
The stories that, oh my god, one time when I was shadowing Payam, I was like in the operating room with them, and this dude was like awake during his open
No.
brain surgery, I
God.
swear.
Oh,
So
God.
cool.
Wait,
He was
okay.
just.
I want to know, but I don't.
It was so cool.
Okay, tell me. I can take this stuff.
That's basically it. He was just awake and like talking, and they were like poking around his brain. I'm like, how am I seeing your brain and your face talking at the same time? It's
I've heard of
crazy.
this, though. I've heard that brain surgery, like when they do operate on the brain, like you're not always.
Yeah, he's
sedated.
just awake.
But he doesn't feel it.
No, local anesthesia is amazing,
That's crazy.
isn't it? A whole chunk of like it was so crazy.
So how long? Like you watched that entire procedure?
Yeah,
How long? What did it take?
hours. That one was like. The doctors he was working with were cool though. They would like let me walk around and see things. So I'd like pop into one operating room, pop into another one to see something else.
Wow. Did you see like? Have you like warmed up like to something else before going right into like seeing a brain surgery?
Like there or in general?
In general.
Well, I worked at a lab. I worked at a cadaver lab
Okay. Alright.
for like.
I was just thinking like you go from 0 to 100 like that. That's
Yeah, no. The first time I saw like a limb detached from a body was on the Tommy John. That's
Yeah.
that surgery for.
I just know that from baseball. That's
Yeah. So that surgery, I was watching that surgery and like the arm was just like laying on the table, completely disconnected. It was a little weird. Like my toes felt a little numb at first.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh. Because like you touch the right thing and the fingers start moving. It's really crazy. I have a video on my phone if you want to see it later.
Yeah, maybe.
I forgot you're squeamish.
I'm very squeamish.
I forgot.
So was your dad.
Yeah, he literally.
That's what's interesting.
It's like a paper cut. He's like, oh,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
face.
It's crazy, man. Some of us, like Pega, is like you, right?
Yeah.
She can watch straight up like heart surgery or like a gunshot, like being and, like, a guy's arm is turning off, and you can just watch that. That was our dog. Pepe. Pepe, are you bored with this podcast? What happened, baby? Yeah, his yawns are quite rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't. I can only handle so much of it.
Yeah, I don't mind. Oh, God, one time. I have so many cadaver stories.
Okay, tell us. I'm sure the audience, there's some people who are really into this stuff. Yeah, you can let them know. It's a zoo in here, guys. We have to always deal with these different animals.
Cadaver
like,
stories.
yeah, tell us this cadaver story. What is this one?
So we kept them in like freezers, like
What's them?
the limbs.
What limb?
Like it depends. If we had like an
I thought
ankle,
you
a
were
knee.
talking about a specific one.
Well, we have freezers, and we like I had to organize them. I had to like put all the feet together, put all the arms together.
Jesus.
It's really gross.
That's not that bad. I can see that. I feel like I could handle that.
One morning, I went in there like super early to try to get everything ready for the surgeons. Okay, so the company I worked for was orthopedic, like
Yeah,
the plates and screws that they put. Like we sold those. So we would have doctors and surgeons come in and we would demo the product. So I learned to do a bunch of I did like ACL reconstructions. I learned how to do meniscus repairs, a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So through that, I would have to prep the limbs first.
Yeah.
So I had to take them out of the packaging and like cut them out and let them thaw. It's like pretty nasty. But the one time I like went in there super early. The doctor had to be in at like 7, so I was in there at like 5:30 a.m. trying to get it all together. I was so tired. I like opened the freezer and I actually screamed so loud because the doctor from the time before took the hand out. And then he's like, oh, wait, I didn't want the hand. So he put it back. And, like, I opened the freezer door, and it's just like this.
Oh, God.
Like, reaching out. It was so scary.
Like Addams Family stuff?
Yeah, basically. Pepe.
Yeah, our dog is being a troll right now. He's like the perfect definition of ugly.
Yeah, he is. Come here, Pepe.
And now Rocky won't go out. It's just like a constant trade-off here. Yeah, that sounds kind of gnarly. That you'd be like at 5:30 in the morning. Did you literally scream?
Yeah, no, I screamed actually.
Did anyone like come in?
No, I was like the only one there. There's one person downstairs in the kitchen. They probably knew what was happening up there in the lab.
I don't know. Like hats off to you guys because I can't do that. Like I said, my sister Pega, she's into that.
No Dr. Pimple Popper for you?
I can handle that to a degree.
You're so loud.
What I love about Pepe is he doesn't give a damn what we're doing.
Yeah, he's
like, no, I want to play. I don't care that it's midnight. I want to play. No, that's cool though. That's cool. I know you love that field, and you're like actually genuinely like.
I'm excited to learn relevant stuff.
Relevant to.
Like practical science. Yeah. I'm so tired of learning about atoms and molecules.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, like, it's very important to know. Right. Why not to mix these drugs together? Yeah. But I just want to know, don't mix this drug with that drug. Yeah. Period. Let's get back.
When you were shadowing, did you ever go to like ICU?
I saw this patient who, she came in for like one of her heart valves to be repaired. And Payam was working on, he was the anesthesiologist on that one. And then she crashed.
Oh my God.
And they found out.
Saw this.
Yeah, I was like in the room. It was weird. Usually you have to like just back up and let the doctors work.
Yeah.
So she started crashing.
She flatlined.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she came back. And then they're like, oh, we have to like replace another heart. Or another valve. And she previously had another valve replaced. Just from like heavy drug use, her valves were trash. So then basically by the end of that surgery, I don't even know how long it ended up being. Like Pam was in there for so long, just checking. And like normally he comes in, checks, and then leaves. And then basically people of my job in the future would be waiting the whole time. He would come in and go, come in and go. But this one he was just like there the whole time. And then by the end of it, she had 3 out of 4 heart valves replaced.
Damn. How did you feel when, like, the initial flatline? Like, were you, like, did you know what's happening right away?
No, I mean, I could tell just by, like, listening to what they were saying, kind of putting pieces together, but he, like, explained everything later. It was kind of, it's scary, but.
Yeah. But then, in the moment, you deal with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Payam dealt with it.
Yeah. I feel like that's an important skill to have, just, excuse me.
Yeah.
It's, like, being able to work under pressure. Yeah, this eye is like done. Like done. It's closing. Like
you literally seen open heart surgery, but you can't handle cats.
Yeah, cats will be the death of me. I don't know why.
That's crazy though. Yeah, you're right. It takes like a certain level of just
stop. You have to like slow the world down around you.
Yeah,
that's a crazy skill.
And that's something I can't. I'm not built that way. I don't know. I was just built to make music or just like do podcasts. But yeah, it's admirable though.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's admirable, and I like. It's a cool feeling knowing that like some of my closest friends and then obviously my cousins are like in that. Mm-hmm. My own sister, she can do it. Like if she She has 2 kids now, and
Mm-hmm.
I try to push her to pursue it, at least like a nurse practitioner type of deal, or something that's not as long of a program. She can totally get into that. But
it's funny. Like I've always struggled with anxiety problems, and you would think that like when someone with really bad anxiety gets in a situation where they have to make tough calls, that they crumble, but I don't.
But I think that is why.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
You think it's the anxiety that makes you kind of
you guys
push
are
through?
more prepared.
Maybe. Actually, that does make sense.
I think because Shada has it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think like last minute calls.
yeah, I feel like the anxiety. Well, I was talking to Sabrina about this on last episode, but I think the fact that it also depends on what the source of your anxiety is. Like for Shada, it's health, right?
Yeah.
She's a hypochondriac. Like she worries. She used to worry about, and so think about COVID, right?
Yeah.
COVID like whooped her ass. She was not well with that. But when she realized that she's fine, and now she's vaccinated because she's in the dental field. Now she's like, I told her too. I was like, I feel like once you overcome this anxiety, you can handle it.
Yeah.
Like almost anything. And so far, knock on wood, she's been a lot better. Because I've seen how it can cripple you.
Yeah.
With her, and then you, and then we have other cousins who have it. What's the source of your anxiety?
I'm a perfectionist with things. So even if it's like my family life, my school, if I don't perform to the level that I want to, I get very anxious.
Yeah.
So
it's more goal oriented stuff.
Yeah, it's more goal oriented.
Yeah.
I don't tend to like ruminate on stuff very much.
Yeah.
Which is good.
I do think that's why you do well under those pressure situations. Shada did too. I mean, with her dad and stuff, man, she was so strong. And I was the weak one. Like, I was not okay. Like I kind of just went in my own shell, and I wasn't even helpful. Like
it's hard to deal with that stuff.
It's hard, man. It was hard. Like she sold a house. She like dealt with paperwork, like becoming power of attorney, like all these things we had no idea about in the middle of like mourning, right? Like mourning her dad's illness and eventually passing. Like it was just so much she shouldered, and Erfan too. Like both of them, like they just shouldered so much. It was just. But Shada though, with her anxiety, I do, and she told me this herself. She said, this is because of my anxiety. I can deal with these pressure situations.
Yeah, she probably is. Yeah. Calling over things a bunch.
Yeah. So it's like a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prepares you in some, and then other ways messes you up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a good way. I think it's good though that that's something like Shada and like you guys are able to like look at, not think of it as like a
handicap.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that the second you start to think of it as a handicap, it kind of becomes one. But before that,
it's and it can be unfortunate if elder generations that are related.
That's the thing.
That way.
That's the thing for sure.
Yeah, and that's more handy. It's more of a handicap because it's like you're trying to get them to jump on board to not judge it or not compare you because we're all human and each one of us are unique, right? Mental health is a huge deal. Like, and by the way, from our grandfather down, the stories I've heard, the older I get, I realize they just needed a therapist, man.
Yeah. That's for sure.
But old school thinking, it just didn't come up. It didn't. That mental health and like psychology and all of that stuff is such a modern. Like it's becoming more and more accepted. Obviously, like in America and like a lot of other European countries, obviously it's like it's a common thing. But even right now, like in some third world countries, that's not the thing. In Iran itself, I mean, I still hear comments, and I'm like, are you kidding me? You know?
I think that's kind of why I wanted to go into, like, not necessarily, well, healthcare, but one that's a little bit more personal.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you're talking to people who are literally having their worst times in life.
Yeah.
And I think, like you mentioned earlier, empathy is a big part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, empathy is a big part of it. And I almost feel like it's borderline laziness when we don't have empathy.
Laziness or just, like, disregard for people. It's hard.
Well, because it's like we're not able to think outside the box. Like,
I think it takes more effort. I feel like people
laziness.
naturally are supposed to be, like, more empathetic.
See, the thing is, when the younger generations, and I'm glad we're having you're here to talk about it, and we can wrap this up soon because we've been going for a while. But the younger people and the future, I'm so optimistic about that because
for sure.
Because that is all they're focused on, right? They know that that's like a huge step forward and a huge step that was missed by previous generations. You know, we're studying this what's the word, retrospectively, and we're seeing that, like, well, shit, my parents missed that, my grandparents definitely missed that. So, like, one thing I'm learning is that I can always learn from older and younger people. Like, it's not like the whole stereotype, like, oh, learn from your elders. That's true. But you can also learn from
the kid with a pure heart that doesn't judge people. Kids are so.
I learned so much from Aiden.
Literally.
The stuff he says. Like, I'm just like, dude, yeah.
I babysat this kid. I don't even remember if you remember. I was babysitting these two little Indian boys.
No, I didn't.
And I was driving them to Kumon one time, and then he was like, "Miss Naseem?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "If you ever just don't know what to do in life, just listen to your heart." I was like,
oh my God, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's a great spot to bring this thing to close.
Yeah.
Listen to your heart and think about others before you think about yourself. Honestly, I mean, it's simple, but obviously it's not easy always. So I'm looking very forward to your future in the medical field. I'm excited for you. I'm proud of you. I'm a proud cousin.
Thank you.
I can't wait till you work on me because I have a bunch of issues.
Oh. God forbid we have
You're literally going to the school where my brain was working.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
You're my ticket in. I have to make it back to you.
Yeah, you used me in your interview, and you're welcome. Anything you want to plug? Your handles, social media?
At Naseemela.
Naseemela. Oh yeah, is that how you say it?
I don't know. Everybody says it differently.
Yeah.
It's just how Jennifer used to call me Naseemela.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, or like Nasalu.
Naseemela. Is that on IG, Miss Naseemela?
Yeah.
Okay.
On everything, actually. I'm not very creative.
No, that's good. You got a good name, and you can use it on all platforms. Follow Naseemela on all social media. It sounds so like religious.
Really? Naseemela. Yeah.
Follow Naseemela and follow Phumblepodcast and Pej the Maniac.
I thought it was pHumblepodcast.
Sabrina said the same thing, and it is. It's both pHumblepodcast or Phumblepodcast.
Fumble like you fumble the bag?
I fumble the what?
Like you fumble the bag?
A bag.
Okay, never mind.
No, my idea was.
Never mind.
It comes from fumble from football, right?
Yeah.
But it was the idea of PH and then the capital H I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
You do a PH like PH. Was that because of PH?
Yeah, because the lowercase p is to symbolize Pej, but then it's lowercase, so like I'm trying to be humble. But then the H of humble is capitalized.
Oh, I thought you meant like PH, like the lowercase p and capital H for like pH of like a lemon.
Yeah, I'm not that smart. So.
Well, it's 3 ways, then you got it 3
There you
ways.
go.
Yeah.
You just added a third level to this whole thing. Anyway, follow PH Humble or Humble Podcast and follow Naseemela on all social media platforms.
Thank you.
All right. We're done.
Thanks very much.
Together we'll purify the mind and have a good time. I'll showcase your very